Hello, hello, hello. Hey, y'all. Hey, it's divinely guided, chosen star seed spiritually. Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up? I had to talk about, hey, I had a download yesterday. To be honest with you, I was like, okay, I'm going to just do something after I did the other video. Thank y'all for the views. It is hard out here. It's hard out here with a pimp or a sim. However, we do it the best we can, right? I'm saying it's hard out here. And we do the best I can. A lot of the things I don't know, but I'm learning as go. You can always, I have an email there. You can call me and send me an email. Anything that can help me. Anyway, uh, this particular is about Taurus. And I couldn't understand. I was like, Taurus? And I'm like, Taurus is like Aries. And I have another video. I haven't put it yet because I said it was too early. But Taurus was like after Aries. But I haven't even put the video up for Aries. But this particular is Taurus. Taurus is all about the moon rising. I'm going to say sun rising. Ooh. You see that? Sun and moon rising. And that to me, sun rising and moon rising, it depends on what rise. So that means if your natal chart and what it is your natal chart to give you all your zodiac signs and different houses and placements. And these planets will show you if you in a moon rising or sun rising. Okay, it'll tell you if you're mid heavens and all of that. But my understanding, I'm looking at the sun rising and the moon rise. To me, it's like the north node and the south node. And for reason, I was going to do just the sun, but some said no. My mind was like, this is about north and south. North node is about the positive. And with north node, you looking for the North Star. All right, that makes sense? And to me, you looking toward positivity. The south is negative in a node, okay? Node to me, my understanding how I feel about node to me has to do with your brain. To me, it's about your brain and your node, okay? If that resonates to anybody. So now we're talking about Taurus. Taurus. It's a lot of information. I think I have a video on here about the north and the south node. Let me look at here. I do that. Let me go ahead and do it now because I know me. I will go and do something and stop. Now, I think on one of these, okay, the North Node, here's one right here, is a new perspective. Okay, North Node of Taurus gives you a new perspective. And that is enmeshed in the earth element that rules the zodiac sign of Taurus is very discerning about home. Then home, and then even say hearth. Hearth have to do with the heart. But with the heart, it's your hearth. It will be with your home too. Money and the people you choose to include in your circle. This is very important. I'm going to slow it down. The element, the rules of zodiac sign Taurus is very discerning about home, hearth, money, and the people you choose to include in your circle. It is very important. Let me tell you these downloads. Let me tell you one thing about Earth. It's always a perspective. It's like it's the outside of Earth. Earth has to do with practical things. Okay, that means to be seen outside in the world, and it all has a lot to have with commerce, and a person that has the gifts that's been given of a balance of grounding of Earth is green, and they're grounded. It's all about money. That money, it's either about the earth, what's involved with earth, and physical things. They vary about physical or what they outside. Okay. Um, Now the negative effect, which it is the past life. Let me tell you something. When you worry about the past, that's the problem. And sometimes you dealing with the south node, you stay in the north node. Not in the negative part, because that's part of it. Let's get on here. Negative ethics. They'll call it ethics. You know what? Something going on here with speech. And I have been had trauma with my speech as a child. One moment I'll be good and everything. I have a lot of stuff within me. And as a Frenchy girl, she just been through a lot of melting pot of my family. But with that, the negative effects, and it's like maybe it's effect and an effect. That means the effect with AFFECT and an EFFECT. Okay, but it's your past life. You got trauma in that. In your past life, you were either impulsive, you were very uh, reactive to how you felt about people and situations. Your emotions often overpowered you and caused you to take things in extreme. Now, it's karma. Generations of curses. At a point of time when I was in the church, and I had to just say something. The purpose is to be a good person, good character, believe in faith and believe, and you deal with your congregation and your family, friends, and your community, and with that, you try to be a good character. Break out. One thing about Christians or people that was in Christians or in that environment that our people is to take care of other people, and in that we were so busy doing for other people, and sometimes you do so much you don't put it back in your energy, put it back to yourself. But like I'm saying, the passive of the Christians is always passive. You know what passive is got to do with the heart. Taurus to me is the heart. Taurus is the heart, and that is the color green. Green is earth. To me, Taurus is always like, to me, is mother, which it is in that Mother's Day in the pagan, whatever y'all call it. I think all of it's pagan, to my understanding. I believe that everything was done for purpose, and everything is being put in a perspective of things and what should and should not. I kind of think it's conditioning. To me, that's my feel about it. Taurus is the mother. It is the boom. And as the Aries, it's the same to me. It's just the time. You know what I'm saying? To me, when I see Aries and Taurus, to me, it's the same thing. But she has the heart. She's the mother. But in the grounding of it, so when you have your zodiacs in your natal chart, it's not just your Taurus. You got so many within. It's a 12 tribe. You know what that is? Those are 12 tribe signs of stars, planets, and all things that's all together of a calendar, times of things, seasons. And everything is just not one Taurus. You got other placements. You have more than you have one. Spirit and soul, the spirit and the soul is a whole lot of bodies, not just two. spirit and soul. We are so more than that. 12 is a beautiful thing. 12 has to do with the Pisces. Okay. Pisces is a 12. And it's about 2. When you look at 20 in 2024, you see 2. But when you look at it, January is 1, February is number 2. And it's still the same. 12 breaks it down from 2. Okay? When 2 is intuition, it's always 2 fish. Understand that. Intuition. That's your end of your nod. But with it, around the Pacific and Atlantic, is the sea. It go back and forth around the earth. Earth is green. It's known for green. And the water is blue. If you put the blue and the green, it's Taurus, like a Taurus green, like a greenish blue. It's part of it. Most of it is most water. It is the Pacific and Atlantic, but it is Pisces. To me, it is the Pisces in the age of Aquarius. Okay. To me, it's the 12. And it's for reasons. Taurus is, from my understanding, since going into Aries, it's the bull, you know. And with that, it is a 5. 5 is the 5 house. Well, the 5 house is really in the Leo, but number 5 in tarot card would be is excuse me. And I'm like, oh no, I didn't. Let me. Well, the Taurus is I got it right here. Got so much going on. I said if I did this yesterday, then I knew that I was going to be able to do more than I had, but somebody in between on that. It's the Herry. And it's like, really? And the Herry. And to me, it is, it says right here, it's the shifting through the superficial. These learned souls can lead you to the heart of matters, where profound insights reveal important life lessons. Now I know somebody that they always at a certain time, it's this time of the year, and this person, I always say, I can't stand this time because I have the worst of lessons. And I was like, well, you gotta rise on. And it's like, you should be already know it's coming, right? It's the time. And it's every time this person will always lose. But at a point in time, they change. Like, okay, I'm gonna battle on this because I'm gonna keep this one. And they knew they was ready because they seen it. That when it was coming to them, and that person won. All praise the Most High. Let me say something. I've been through a lot, and being that you have to give something. You know when you doing something in this life, and you even gave certain things in place down to you, and some of the spirits, and I'd say that sometimes. When you say spirit, I'm like, I'm sorry, but it is just not, it's different. You got a lot of people that are in your generation of your tree, that you got people that too much like you. And because you're either not doing what you would like to do, what they want you to do, but you're not trying to be confined. You want to be free and to be yourself. I didn't know the hustle and the burdens of it. And I guess this got to do with Taurus. And Taurus guys, you see, like I say, life lessons. They're going through a lot. And within my chart, I'm going to talk about me. Okay? And it's about Heirophant. It has to do with the priesthood. And also has to do with teaching. Teaching has to do with the fifth element. The fifth element has to do with your fifth your amendment. It's your speak and what you speak out here. In the world, it's a moral of different type of moral in this type of rules, right? You got moral rules, and the Bible will tell you the rules, telling you it's heavens and earth, but also it has different type of rules. But you never thought that people think and put you as radical and irrational. Everything you did was irrational. It was like always negative that of the position of the Hierophant. And why? It was like royal, the color red. And it is royal. But it means things. It also has to do with the amendment, and it has to do with the role. It has to do with a lot of things. It means this United States government of the system. It means that condition. Are you conditioned or you free? Or you think you free? Is it a perception on the free? Or is it that, or are you still in the position? You know, it had to do, like I said, Herry has to do with the heart and the soul. You know, the heart is the spirit. You know, and I have to say that because it is. And the Bible has something to do with the Herry. It is the priest. And it's the Rome. Come on, somebody. And if you're going to talk about Taurus, well, this got to do with what I know. The Bible is the number one book in the whole world. And spiritually, I use it all. I don't have time to be, if a person don't like to hear it, well, then go find another video. Or however you feel. Sometimes I'm going to be myself. I am a spiritual person. I come from the star system. I feel that way because I feel like I was brought here for a reason. I chose to be here for a reason, and I was here and I chose that. And some of the things that you choose sometimes ain't as good as you think. But how I feel about it, it's just my ancestor and what it is. It is what it is, okay? How I feel about it is the lessons. You know, it's the baby boy as one of the videos I like. And I think Antoine. And it had to do with the boy. What about the boy? You know, I looked at, now I'm with the brothers. Now you see I'm a mama, right? I'm up here talking about the boys. It's so many things going on with a woman. And the position as to speak and to speak and the vocal and the intuition and the things about mother is hidden behind us a lot of things that is not being exposed into the light. And being that of a 12, which it is a Pisces, you know, Pisces is the woman now that it went from the black culture of, I would say, of a time, whereas the time of the black history, now you have the woman history. Like it's the time for women. Now they got a name for it now. You know, we never had nothing like that. But now in the Pisces of the energy, it's the woman. It's the history of all the women. Now, and to put it on, just what it is about the environment, right? Now, you see, I'm the allergies and the earth and all different things is blooming in. Sometimes you got a lot of stuff is like blooming up, springing up, right? We just came from that. But like I said, about the women of that particular of Earth Mother, she has a lot of things going on behind the scenes and is fighting for everything in this world. And what she speak out here, it's the moral, you know, about how the ruling of the moral of what women come out. She's not always irrational. She's a loving person. But if you put her in a position, she'll go into another as a function and put herself as a man because she know how to go in that role. But when she put her position as a male and to lead and powerful and who she is, because she's very strong, power and leader with a bull. But when you mess with her, she gonna be in the position as a man if you put her in a position. A woman can be a lady. I got a card in here for the lady. It's for a reason. We're gonna get on in that. Because a lady can be a lady. She don't have to be a man, but she got the function to be one. Because she gonna do different type of roles. A mothering has a lot of capabilities and a lot of things that she does. She has a lot of things. Cables, I say cables and ables. She got different type of duties. Okay? But don't mistake it. And don't, when you have people behind the scenes about your moral and what you speak out here, your speech and what you say to other people, behind the scenes is hidden because they don't want to see what they do behind. I've been through hell. I ain't gonna even lie. Look here. It's like the soul. What is like the dark soul? Dark has to do with Pluto. Pluto has to do with Scorpio. And those things, baby, in the scripture tell you about those Scorpio schemes. They don't stink on you. Or some of the people that were stinging a long time ago. Got a little Scorpio. Hercules. And the Juno and the Leo. That's a myth. Is it a myth or is it real? Choose this day. Let me tell you something. Clap on clapper. You need some clapping. I need a little stand or something. Use your intuition and everything you know. Make sure that your antennas is in tune. Don't use your gifts that you've been given and not to use everything you got. Because on hidden behind that, they'll put you as they'll put you in a position, and used put you in a position hidden of making you confused with these monetary spirits. But anyway, like I say, some people don't like you, some people do. Some people don't like your way Sally walk. Now, let's get on back in here. So we're talking about Heirophant of the Tarot. And that's the Heirophant, the Tarot card. And it is the Heirophant. It's the priesthood. It's about the marriages. It's about also is the lessons that's been told. I said a lot of stuff about Antoine Fisher. And also I said about Baby Boy. And about the men. Also talking about the 12 fishermen, about the teachings. And this here, I'm telling you, if it ain't, I don't know, one woman have not been having issues about the intuition and being speaking any type of platform. Having a lot of stuff behind the scenes. So, let me get on in here. So, I think I said about the negative part. Let's go on. It's about the emotion. Okay. It says the negative effects is your past life where you were impulsive with your very reactive to how to felt about people and situation, and your emotion often overpowered you and caused you to take things in a stream. It's like karma of emotional immaturity. It says you have been pampered and your emotional maturity stunned. You know what a stun has been tainted, okay? And stunned is tainted, also meaning that you're not growing. It says retaliated venge against those who wronged you. The emotion sent you off with spiritual cord. Okay, this is like this. I'm talking about myself. Now, who I am, I'm supposed to teach. At a point in time, I was teaching in my own home. Now, let's get in here. It's very hard to be an evangelist or anything as a pastor. It's hard. It's like the woman putting a position in a man. And you know how I'm saying? It's not really like that, but knowing that the information that I've read that was helped, that I've read, certain things, that it was the women was doing things that was hidden, and it was a lot of information that was hidden for a reason, right? So I'm talking about the vessels and the vesicas, and I'm talking about the temples. The women had temples a long time ago, and I think it was I said about the she wolf. If it was she wolf or she her, whatever it was she one. It was she wolf, I believe it was. Long in the 80s, they had their own temples a long time ago. It's like the Wonder Woman. If you put in there, it's the Wonder Woman, right? And Wonder Woman is, and some of the things, if we watched some of these movies, they had their own, the women, they had their own temples a long time ago. Stuff was burnt. Like I said, a lot of information. You can go look that up about. All right. So, but what I'm saying is, my thought, I was supposed to be a pastor. I thought. And then later on, stuff started, I'm learning more to understanding. And then I went to another way. So I went from another way, meaning I wasn't closed off, I wasn't conditioned, I was opening, because I felt like it was more. When there's more, you go look for it. And some things you find things that you didn't want to know. But as you realize, being free is whatever you would like, even though your family may wanted you to be a pastor. Or some people never didn't want you to be a pastor in the first place. Or what was the purpose not to even put you out here to be anything? And when you put yourself in a place like that, then you have to be, it's moral. You have respect. When you give yourself to respect to other people, you want to give it back. But sometimes in life, you recognize you're not always going to be a good person, and then you want the respect back. Sometimes not like that in this life. It's always repercussion, okay? It's a battle. It's like you got to battle for everything in this life to be in a position. I never thought, being after the pandemic after 2020, I never seen so much competition between women and men. I have never, I never had the most competition. Of course, why not? Because it's new ideas. And if it's new ideas, then I figure it out. That's the purpose in the first place. Because the point is to be new ideas. And if you're not, my son. If you here doing something in this world and everybody is wanting to copy you, intelligent, because we ain't free, and hell, everybody got eyes everywhere. Hell, if you think you privacy, good luck. We got too many devices here. Hell, everywhere you go, every corner is a dang camera. So if you think you is privacy, good luck. Hell, everybody see you. I said, well, they gonna see you naked when you take your clothes off and you go in your shower, and you always watch. Yes, sir. Don't mistake it. You always being watched. If that resonates to somebody, maybe somebody you got surveillance in your home. Maybe it's your surveillance in your eyeballs. How you doing? Are we in artificial? Hell, are we real human? I don't know what the hell. What were we? Are we changed? Are we the same? Or it's always been here? Are we always been watched? Are we in the twilight zone? What is? I'm just saying, this earth Earth got to do with a lot of practical of what is the world's perception and perception here. So this is what it's about. Let's talk about it. Let's go on these emotional. You know, in the South, no, you still got a little water in here. Let me go in here and say it depends on if you have that placements, okay? In many cases, the emotions of your life were so fierce and passionate and carried over into this life. You may experience sudden bouts of anger that you can't explain by your current life situation and circumstances of circles. Circles keep moving. Circles, circles. I was at midnight. Star, Atlantic stars, talking about circles, circles. You know, circles is like the fish is going around. Like I said, two fish, Pacific and Atlantic. It means it's circling, like the Earth, circling, rotation, right? Flat, but rotation, if that resonate. Also, it says you may have melancholy feelings about the feeling. It says irritable for no apparent reason, coping with the past life emotional. It means remix. Let me say something. All that past life, you know, I had a point of time. If you paid attention to my God, I was talking about the past life and about divine and the feminine thing. And here, listen, I had read about divine and the feminine, and I read about the divine and feminine, about a man. They was talking about their journey. It was a beautiful thing. It was. But how it started, it was battle, battle, battle. And they went through up and down. I mean, it was years that came back in. It was something. And I had put it on one of the videos. But let's say something. Let me say about past and the spirit. You know, past life. It come back to what they call it, reference or resurface. We resurface, and when you resurface, it's the surf, right? It come back for surfing for something emotional type of things. When you having something like that, to me is watery, and sometimes you gotta ground yourself out. And when you're talking about Earth, that's what it's about. So if you got a lot of water, then Taurus is gonna ground you out. Stay in the north and stay in the north node. Stay out of past life. It seemed like 2020 was, to me, is to go back to remember. And when you go back to remember, it has to do with past. When it has to do with REM, that has to do with subconscious. Subconscious has to do with the hidden things now. And if you're always in hidden things, and the starting south node is the past life. You're going back to things, to remember things, and to know who you are. I never thought it was after the pandemic was going to be like that. But to me, if you so light, you can't see, right? You know, sometimes people with a passive of a trait, and knowing I'm talking about the prophets and the priest and the priesthood and the teachers, passive people, they always taking care of other people. And we get a lot of negative factors come to us, okay? And we have to always ground ourselves to be moral in how to give out information to others. But with it, oh my God, you know the sound node is like, you go in the sound node in the subconscious, you get in there, come out, and go back out. Don't stay in there forever. But it seems like people watch everything you do. Women go through a lot being as a teacher, and also being as to give as a guide too. You got too many people watching. They want to know what you can do and what you ain't gonna do. And if what you gonna do is people watch what you do about your new ideas and what you're gonna put out here in this world. A lot of people. So now that you have the idea to build your platform or to be able to do anything in teaching, They want to know what you're going to say, what you're going to do, and what you're thinking. Sometimes before you say something, somebody else already done put something else out here on the YouTube and said something what you thought. And it'll be out here. But you're going to get mad because we device. We are connected with all kinds of things. No, everything ain't for everybody. But also, it's not to fight against the competition for other people to have the same ideas and what your thoughts. It's the point of it is different. It's not to be the same. We're not supposed to be like what everybody else do. It's the difference. You are important in this life. However people don't like and what they do. No, everybody gonna like you. And some people just will love you. It's up to you. It's your positive or you're not. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna fight for me. I'm gonna fight for me. So whoever comes for me, it's a battle. Hercules, if that resonates to somebody. I'm going to fight for me. I love me and I love my children. And for me, it's for me. It ain't for you. I know this divinely and divine, feminine and masculine, all that battle against each other. Hidden, chaser, runner, and all of that. If that's for somebody ain't your twin. It might not be your twin. It could be your partner. It could be another person. It don't have to always be the twin. If you don't get along and they don't even know what it is all about. To me, my understanding is past. And when you're doing with that past life, it's competition of each other. You know what that means? A negative effect. Ain't nothing positive. Because if y'all cannot get along, it's nothing positive. If it's negative with it, leave it alone. It ain't for you. Leave it alone. Keep it moving. Let's get on here. I have some cards here. I have, it's the ones that I picked. It says, we the Hearthars. Deep love, mother's milk. Birth as a portal. See, now look at that. This has to do with mothering. Earth and Taurus is what that is about, okay? Then the next one is the portal. It says doors are opening, and it says you decide, rewards, wild card. These are open doors. It's time. You know, I was like, why are they messing with me? Like I said, you have a lot of spirit guides, and maybe some of them is like, okay, we ain't friends, or we not, or can we agree or not? Some of them is not, okay? Either you can't get along, just like, hey, it is what it is. You got to do what you need to do. You got to be the best thing, what you put in this life, and do the best you can. And people ain't always going to like you. But the goal is to be free and to speak how you feel. Okay, so we're talking about doors, and both of them is two. It's like two doors here. And it's about birth. That means Earth Mother. And Taurus to me is like the earth. And it's about mothering and how you use your gifts to your children and family, community, and friends. That's what it's about. It's always being a mother, but also protect yourself. Okay, protect yourself from others. With competition, well, you have to protect because people is about your energy. Mother is, everybody wants some of that. I got some of that. Everybody wants some of that energy. You got to protect your sacral. And you're just going to have to protect your sacral. Well, I said it again. Protect your sacral. Don't always have everything in. There's a lot of things going on with the energy. Your energy should be sacred and keep it protected. The next one I have here is the 7 Star Sisters. And it says, birthing, create. It's out, it's 3 cards. Birth, creation. It is creation. It's birthing. That means this is the Star Sister. This ain't nothing but sister. It's the sisterhood. And it's the 7. 7 is stars. Come on, some of the stars got to do with 7 and stars. It is the stars. 17. It's Aquarius. It's an age of Aquarius. I'm sorry, but it is. It's the star system, star seeds. Okay, this is the cards anyway. This is the oracle, the Starseed oracles. And it says birth, creation, tapestry of expression. Because this is what Taurus is about expressions and give out about life lessons and how you feel and ground it with balancing, letting you know it's a positive and negative. Not always negative. Stay in the North Node, okay, with Taurus, but giving you the sun and the moon, the rising of the sun and the rising of the moon, giving you both. And that means Earth is still while the sun go up and the moon go up, and sometimes at the same time. That's why we're in these both. Right now, we coming into an eclipse, and when you go eclipse, if you're paying attention, it's the fish in between, and also the fisher is the fish tail, but when also it is a birth coming through a canal. That means it is a doorway. Also, it has to do with an eye. It's a lot of information going on right now, and everybody's got certain ways and certain things. Right now, people getting all scared and stuff, worried about stuff about, ooh, what's going to happen in this? And, sometimes say, look positive. Okay, the seeds of Minnetonka. Okay, this says seeing potential and bring it in unconscious to light. And then I say about hidden in the moon and subconscious, it's some things are hidden. And they tell you about Minnetonka. If you go back and find Minnetonka, you can hear about Purple Rain, about Minnetonka. Also, go find what Minnetonka is. It has a lot to do with the water. There's a lot of beautiful things I've heard about the waters and being there. Sometimes it's cold. They go through these little sleigh little things. And people say they've heard so many things with Minnetonka. I believe that's Ohio. Go about that. It's a lot of information about that. I read a lot of things, and I've read that. Okay, then I have, this will be the angels and ancestors. It's Sky Father. And Sky Father is trust in the unknown. Okay, now, what Sky Father is like the heavens, like the Most High. I'll just put it in it. Like I said, this is an image of the Most High, okay, which I call the God. From my understanding, I believe God's is for the people in the earth, and that is in earth become gods. Okay, I believe the Most High we've been as an image of the Most High. God's is under of the principalities. Okay, that means of earth. That we come of the image of as a leader. You become as a king, queen, emperor, and from that you become gods. You become powerful. You are powerful, and you create and you be your own as a person, as a ruler, right? Because if we're paying attention in this earth, we got people ruling right now, right? We're talking about lords and lords. That means of as commerce, as a person that's doing powerful leader, as a person is the bull. Bull is strong, power, and leader. And this is about gods. And now, different things about it, gods and lords. You got the highest, you know what I'm saying? And some of the Bible, they just start a lot of things in different type of Bibles, but a long time ago, it's called the Most High. And it was different from God's, right? Because they started saying the Most High, and then later on become God's, if that makes sense. It's kind of like his story. It kind of like it's a story, and it comes at the end. It's always a story, and everybody's in there was placed to put in so many things for you to understand. But to me, the Sky Father has to do with the sky. They having to do with skies means heavenlies, eye up there, star system, skies, look up, and it's the eagle. It trusts the unknown. It's just letting you know. It's more than what you think it is. It's more. Unknown. It means it's not, it's hidden. All right? Unknown. Sometimes it's unknown for a reason. Sometimes it's to watch to see what you're going to say. Some things is hidden. They want you to keep hidden everything. They don't want you to tell too much. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gifted, and sometimes don't like what you say. Well, you bring a war. War is not always good. So you're going to fight for whatever you want, and it's a war. Then the opposite going to be with the same. But to me, free is free within. And if you got to fight for being free, then keep on fighting. Because I'm gonna be free the best thing I can. I am sorry. Anyway, now let's get on in here. Now I said, well, why am I getting this autumn on here? And I was like, wait a minute, autumn is here, and it says release the old of the rest. Now I had this on another video. Release the old and the rest. Release old and rest. You know, and I always say autumn, it was in a time with fall. Fall things fall down, right? But you're supposed to release it because we're in the spring. I mean, when I was in the fall, I was getting spring. It was telling me to go to the spring. Now I'm in the rabbit in the spring up. Now I'm going back to fall. I'm like, what is that? It's either for you to remember where you was at a point of time in autumn, in fall. Also, it has to do to release it. Leave it alone. It's gone. It's over. That was it. That was a season. That's a season. Let it go. Because sometimes when people come in your life, it's always a season. Right? And then they go. That's old. Then I say past old, release the old past. You know, autumn has to do with fall. It has like more dark hours than the light, if that resonate. But old and rest. But it's time, you know, when it's old, you start resting a lot. Spring, I've noticed I'm being more sleepy because we got that the leap year and the spring equinox information. Okay. Now, pay attention with the crow. And then Skyfather has to do with the crow and the eagle. Right? You know, I wanted to say something about Skyfather. You know, I want to say something I seen a while ago, and I said, okay, here it is. It was something that kind of paid my attention. It was something that attention for me to say. It says, Skyfather is the personas of your relationship with the masculine energy of the divine impossibility. A very powerful trait of a father figure figure two. So my understanding, it is a masculine. Now I say masculine. If that twin is not for you, but you have somebody over you as the masculine to help you with your intuition, your trust, right, and the unknown. But also that I seen something that kind of paid my attention. I was kind of like, okay, this kind of was pretty good about this. But it has to do with, let me say this. The Sky Father features in many religions and mythologies of the Father God. He is the counterpart to the earth mother in the man tradition, meaning functions, right? So this card is representative of universal powers and masculine in the essence of the energies that people have called out to be looked up to the times of need of gratitude. Sometimes it's like gratitude, need and gratitude. I guess sometimes maybe the Most High needed the gratitude and need thank you. And say thank you for everything you put in life, you know, what he didn't help you. Maybe there's sometimes when you don't give it back to the Most High. Maybe he's like, no, you know you're out of line. You need more gratitude and to put you in a position and wonder why these prophets of this priesthood, being your morals and what you put out here, and respecting other people and how to you put out. Sometimes a lot of things you don't understand, And you have to ask Father forgive you because you don't know it all, right? We always learning, being a student. But sometimes you gotta bring war. And war shouldn't want to be like that in your life, in your house, because your energy gonna be a certain way. Knowing that Earth Mother is a mother that is earthly, but in her home it is something causing problems, then the energy has to change. I've changed a lot in my house. And a lot of things I said, things to put in this world, you don't want to put too much out here. And I always think it's a negative effect because you're going to look for it. This is what you're going to come from. It's a negative factor. So let's get on here. Now let's get on here. I got on here. I said, okay, I see codependent on here. I'm going to do real quick now. Codependent in the second house. Because I'm at the emails. I'm going to get them off. Ain't for everybody. Okay, second house is related to your personal finances, material possessions, and concept of value. Rule of money, careers of emotion, choice live inside of us and often affect us more money does. See, I just talked about the effect and effect. I got hexes. It's called hex. It's the hexes of curses. And that is served out of courts. Then let's say they have generations. There's some generations going on with the tree. Second house, giving that second house tuition. That's your house to know what's your personal going on in your own home. Also, I got here is 10 cups. 10 cups has to do with marriage, children, fertility, reunions, and love and support. Like I said, it has to do with the tarot card, which will be marriage anyway, which is the Heirophant, and that is Taurus. Okay, then on here, 10 of Cups, of marriage with the children, fertility, reunions, love, and support. But also I got null and void in effect. That's got somebody marriage. Okay, that means it's null and void. It's ineffective. That means something, the marriage is over. It's marriage. So fertility, reunions, and love and support, and it got a null and void next to it. Okay, something going on. The other ones I have here: covens, breeding, and feeding station, and got gas, sex magic. Okay. Now with that is sacral. Okay, sacral got to do with your stomach. So my understanding, I was talking earlier about your sacral as an earth person, as a Hierophant, marriages and marriages and teaching what you do. Platform, strong leader is the bull. You gotta protect yourself. Now, with that, how do you do that? Ground yourself. Whenever somebody has interfered into your grounding, then myself, okay, either the opposite of grounded, you would probably be earth, would be closer to the water. Then you have to have some type of balance. Okay. Now, I gotta have to do with narcissistic. Now, I talked about with the twins and the divine and the feminine, divine masculine. If you can't get along with it, then don't mess with it. Narcissistic takes until there's nothing else to take and predicts to you. Figure point. That's got to do with soul ties, empath. It's soul ties and empaths and narcissistic. Soul ties is tied to something. From my understanding, it has to do with past. Okay? And with that is what is your generation that you connected to for past life. And sometimes it could be your family, friends, community, and your co-workers. And with that sixth house, I always talk about sixth house because it has to do with competition. It has to do with Virgo too, but also has to do with Venus. And Venus has to do with Mercury and communication. Understanding that, I'm just saying six with competition with the sixth house is what that is all about. Competition of new ideas, and knowing that being Virgo is earth, and that is grounded. But with it, of that particular idea about Virgo has a lot to do with people, what you say outside. So it's Taurus perspective, and he's practical. And with that, when you're dealing with leaders, and you got a lot of people watching what you're doing because you are the creator. And earth is creator is about money. And when you're dealing with money and earthly matters, you got to protect yourself at all times because everybody is looking for what you're doing, your ideas, and how we're so connected with devices that anybody, you can start one thing and somebody took your stuff that quick. That's how fast it is. I'm just saying. It was meant for to be fast and also on their toes. To me, that's the point of practical. To me, that was the purpose for us to my understanding, trying to understand with all of it. Because to be honest with you, a lot of it was fast, but also it was kind of hurting for your body too. You understand? If that makes sense. To me, my understanding, that is the world what it's going to be. Life is what it is. They felt like they were able to do all of that when they got different type of, we on 5G and all this other stuff. So much stuff that you don't know. So it's like I say, it's unknown. A lot of stuff is unknown for a reason. So if they didn't feel like you needed to know so much, they would have told you. But if they didn't tell you then, they said trust the unknown. Okay, unknown is what it is. Okay. Now we get to the point of narcissistic and empath and soul ties. That means some things with your connection. You and your family is to connect forward to so many things of doors. And some things are doors and some shouldn't be closed. And some is open and some is closed. Some things keep coming back the same and resurface of the same stuff over and over rotation. I think when we first started it was a circle, right? Kept circle on circle on circle. Who's keep coming with the same thing, same old thing over and over? It's like resurface. That's why I always say, even though I try to give a balance, I give a positive and a negative. But who keep coming with resurface? You know, like I say, man, y'all, at a point in time, it's been about 4 years since I had a car. I had a car, and it was working, and I stopped, and I couldn't have. Baby, it was hard. And I just now got a car. We've been, my family, we kept using Ubers and all kinds of stuff, and family and whatever. But I just now it's been, I think, more of about 3 years. But we made it work. But now that I started doing a lot of things, doors are started opening with me, my doors is just falling out everywhere. And by His grace and mercy, now that I'm doing something good, here comes the trickies. You got them tricks. Tricks got bags, right? A lot of baggage. Sometimes you got to cut and burn, cut and burn, cut and burn. Now, what I got in here? Cut and burn. I got gaslight. Gaslight has to have to do with air. And to make it they need fire. You need fire and air. And you got perception. That's that mouth. I'm talking about the fifth element. Fifth element went from 3 to 5D. Now, I said elemental. Also, I said about your speech in this world, morals. And we talking about Heirophant, priesthood, teaching, what we see out here. Women, priesthood, powerful, prophets, whatever you're going to be in this life. Principalities, too. It's going to be, we're talking about people that are the philosopher, means speak. The age of Aquarius. You know what it is? It got propaganda. Got the PPPs. There you go, telling me no. Twice. There you go. There you go. I got keys and sweat. It means the doors, I got keys. But you got sweat with it. That makes sense? Got a little key sweat. The song. To me, I got key. It's the key, the key, the key. A little sweat, too. Can't get the key, but you're going to be sweating for it. You are in here. You got to work for stuff. You just can't get in here and not be doing something. That's how it is. This is what it is to me. That's how I understand it. But now I got 17 and 119. It's 11, and 7, 11, and 9. To me, it says Sagittarius. But the Empress, Mockingjay, survives the attacks. And Damsel goes on the document and reconstruction of the districts after the fall of the capital. You know, they got to do with the Hunger Games. I mean, this may resonate to somebody. Let's say Hunger Games, and the hunt reveals to expose the age of times, right? And you know, when I watched it, I didn't like. I ain't gonna say I did not like it at all. I thought it was weird. I was like, I don't like it. I did not like it for a reason. Then later on, I said, okay, this is the reason why. I'm gonna say it's somebody for you or not. I like a lot of stuff in movies and clairaudience and clarify certain things to understand what you need, the energy and what you want on this earth. You want to know. That's the point of to search and to search out a matter to understand what it is as a person of kings and queens. That's what we do. Emperor, all that. That's what our job is. Okay, I got 147. 147 had to do with composite. I said composite, and I didn't understand. It says a natural number. All right, to me, it's like the angels. The Starseed's age of Aquarius. I said, what does the 147 have to do? Let me tell you what 147 had to do. I'm gonna let y'all see. I wrote some things in it. Now listen to this. This says prime factorization of a 147 tree of a house. And I said, wait a minute. But it said here is a root of irrational. Didn't I just talk about irrational today? I said irrational. I said irrational. So I said, wait, 147 is like, okay, you look at 14, and you see 7. So you know, like, that's like a balance thing, right? 14 is a balance. Okay, understand what balance is. 14 is the temperance. The temperance is the balance of a scale, right? Then 7 has to do with, also is still a star, but also 7 to me is mother again. It's the Cancer. Cancer is the mother. If we're going to do a zodiac sign, it would be mothering. Well, mothering. Now we're going to 7th house. 7th house do with October, which would be is Libra. What we call Libra skills. I call it Libra. Libra is the woman, right? It's a skill, it's a justified, right? It's justice, right? To me, how was it be irrational? As to me, I was like, okay, you know, sometimes when you read things, you have to use your head too, and also use what they're saying. But how can it be compensated? Like it's like come against each other. I don't know. Maybe because of the justice is not right. It's not balanced. Maybe I can't understand it of that. Maybe justice is not balanced. I can see that. But as far as the numbers don't lie. We lie. So I have to look at the perception of what we do. The numbers don't lie. 7 and 14 to me is balanced. To me, it's 7 times 2 is 14. If you think that 147, now how? 7 and 4, right? You become 12, right? So if I put 7, 4, that's 11 plus 1 is 12. You understand? So how can it not be go against each other? You understand? It's like come against each other to my understanding. What to me is a 12. 147 is 12, right? Half of that be 6, right? Right? But anyway, some things you see things. It's about to express. Women is about the women, about justice, how we feel about it. And like I say, it's recompense or whatever. If you be like, hey, it's about what is due and what my job is. When you say do mean you. You do the purpose in this life to do your work. That's the earth. That's balance. And justify it is to say, I decided to come here to be in this earth to do a job. My job is to do it. And I'm going to do it the way that I'm supposed to do. Not being conditioned or to tell me how. Okay? I'm going to always be positive at all times. But if you put me there, you have a choice to be with these monitor spirits and to let them know that, hey, I got this. You can just watch because my job is to make sure that it's a balance and to be positive and moral when I speak out here. Not for someone to tell me not to say too much or not. That's who I am. But you can watch it. You know what I'm saying? We're a student. It's supposed to learn. If I fall, then I get back up. If I fail. But anyway, let's get on here. I'm saying something when you're dealing with guides, spirit guides, and knowing that you have different things has been given, you have to have the discerning of it. And you have to learn how. If you don't, you're going to run from it, then they get power. But you have to understand that if they're going to help you, any type of spirit, who sent you? Amen? Or Ashe, however. Okay? So, it's like the squeeze biz on the express of a squeeze biz. You know what that is? A square biz has to do with the checkerboard. And it has to do with playing a game, which it would be chess. And we talking about kings, queens, courts, and different things, knights, pages. It's the whole of the board. Now, this is what I got in here. I got debauchery and conformity. All right, something about to conform is that conformity has to do with tied you or chords, and it has to do separation of music notes. Okay, it's about voice and her. It's the express of her. You express how you feel about of your environment, right? Being conformed, meaning that somebody is either over you or to strive or to show you where to go. Okay, it has to do with extreme indulgence and body. Body has to do with the soul, right? And pleasure, and especially about sexual pleasure, and be of involving sex, drugs, and alcohol that is often unmoral. Okay, immoral. Let me say something. I have to do justice on this. Let me say this. When you get your spirit guides and they tell you things, make sure what's going on. Either they telling you what's going on with you, or they letting you know that this is what's going on and what it is about the conformity. And conformity, it was debauchery. You know, it has to do with a female, right? And it's about of conformity with debauchery, okay? And it has to do with complying to morals and standards, okay? It's the social. It's about, like YouTube is social. And it's accepted of conventions. You know, convent is like convince, you know, they have to do with loyal. Convents and breeding and feeding station, okay? Like I say, everything is with here. And it has to do with what it's saying, compliance with practice of different type of priesthood. Like I said, it's about what you say, your hidden knowledge, intuition, and what you bring it in the light. Your dark go into the light. You know, like I said, when you so light, you can't see nothing. But when the dark comes, when you look at dark, it's not just always black. It's dark right now, but I'm saying it is the hidden things that you're being schooled and being given to help you to bring light. And they don't like that. Certain is and some is not. They don't like the way you do it. But you still get the information, right? Taurus is something else. Taurus be knowing things. They earthly. Okay, let's move it on. It's about earth, romancing the stone. I had like, remember the movie Romancing the Stone? Y'all watch that? I remember that in the 80s. I'm in the 80s. Girl, this got a lot of stuff with the 80s. It has like, right, the information. They get mad about that. It is the Romancing Stone, 1980s. That's why I said it's analysis. And what it is a person is a land. Okay? It is a land. It either has to do with a sister thing. It could be the North America and South America. My understanding was in South America, okay? To each his own. Go find it. It's a lot of information. It is a stage in a process. It is a production of a place, of a jewelry. A jewelry has to do from a gemstone. And knowing that the Romancing Stone had to do with the red, it is large. It has to do with ruby. And it has to do with Jupiter. It has ascending. It's about the baby Earth. Looks like I. What they got to do? It has to do with Earth. It's Taurus. Taurus time. Okay, okay, I got one here. 709. It said, you don't understand love and you don't understand free. Death is the only beginning. To bring in the remembrance, not to forget. Other one, it says, I got 700. That has to do with the star. It has the forces. It means the star seeds, the forces. Sometimes you didn't know about the unions and adornment of a powerful war. You never knew. So you got two unions. Two unions have to do with marriages, and it has to do with divine masculine and divine feminine. Okay, what that has to do with powerful. It is a war between two. It's like if you can't get along with your twin, it's other people. Other is another emperor, somebody else, cold. It could be another. It could be somebody else. It don't have to be a past life. It could be something that you can find. It's like the energy. If you can't get along with one, is null and void. That means the contract has already been done. It's ineffective. So saying null and void, that means it ain't. It's over. It's not effective. It's ineffective. That means that marriage is over. And a person sometimes just don't want to let you go. Sometimes find a way to cut the cords, burn it, and let it go. And when you let the past be the past. But if this particular energy keep coming from monitor spirits and covers and breeding, it's the convictions, it's to put you in conformity and to put you in oversex. That means if somebody's having sex with you in another way and putting you conformity, putting you in a predicament that you're not able to do what you need to do in your life. They're trying to keep you stuck. You know what that is? A person trying to keep you where you can't rise up. And they'll find ways to try you and play the tricks with you. Okay. All right. It says the terror and fear of enemy of fornication. I'm telling you. Now the other one says intuition. It's 233 in the mission. What that is, checking and laughing wildly, trust and faith. Spirit guides are watching over you and helping you to reach your highest good and keeping pushing onwards. Let me say something about it. Like I said, if it's a positive, you'll know. You're discerning. These Taurus is earthly, and they know what's going on in their energy. So some of the information that I say, it is what it is. I didn't get an hour and 12 minutes in here about this second house and codependent and hexes of curses and sexual chords and about chakras of sacral chakra and energy and twins and war, dominance of each other, fighting each other. It's been a negative, causing problems in the whole sun, giving you the sun and rising and moon rising, giving you a twilight. A lot of things going on in here. Portals. Then you understand you got mother. Mother is opening and rewards and wild card. Mothers and is opens and portals and Minnetonka and unconscious, seeing potential. You know what's going on here. She's doing her thing. She is. Look at all those portals. Doors is open, and why the hell not? Somebody ain't coming here trying to stop your stuff. Let me give you this. Let me say this. I seen this card earlier, and this has to do right here. It's the Lord. Lord has to do with take charge and with authority. You're not talking about with the leading. It's all this green here, and he can't. You know what? And this is the lady. The lady has to do with enjoy growth and reap rewards. Okay. Now listen here. He said it's tied together. Now look, he can't do nothing with her. He can't do nothing with her. See that? He's a consort. If this particular this man, this king here, this emperor, if he can't do his part, And he is not in the positive of an emperor. He is negative. Sorry. But he wants her. He wants her. He consorts with her. Now, that's the lady. Now, he needs to make the lady as the queen. Okay? Not just a lady. Lady. Okay? Make her married. If not, lady, you want to make sure to make a whole and not a half. It ain't real, okay? All right. Now, for the ones that's together, all praises for the marriages in life, because it's a beautiful thing about it being married. And for some people, you be having all kinds of stuff going on, okay? I just believe that a whole is the real thing, okay? Not the half thing. Half thing ain't real, okay? It's fake. It's not real, okay? Lady, Miss Lady, make sure you are worthy. And stay grounded. And if he ain't ready, he's just not ready to be married. But it's unaffected. She can always find someone else for her. She's beautiful, and she will always find somebody. So we don't keep negative thoughts in the energy and bring negative back into your home. It's somebody for you. Miss Lady Luck. Lady Luck and all that green. It is doors, abundance, and materialistic, but it's practical in those doors falling through you. You coming from the 17th, March the 17th, we came from St. Patrick's Day, and that has to do with the shamrocks and the four-leaf clover and leprechauns, and and that is the gold, a pot. Pot of gold has the rainbows, and with the rainbows, it's a beautiful thing. And I kind of believe this particular Taurus got going on. Taurus, this is your time, baby. It's your time, and your time is yours, and nobody can take it. It's your time. It's time to talk, speak, moral things. You're here to be here in this life. You are very important. You're a star seed. You're Earth Mother. You're able to give love and unconditional love in this earth and to everybody. And nobody can come against of what was given as a star. You will always be a star. An Earth angel. Y'all have a wonderful day.